Like my camera cut off on me after I said Loar equipment, so try to keep these as clean as possible is what I'm trying to do. And these all come in to my two Loar systems below here. Wow, what a rat nest, but it works. And no one's gonna see that rat nest. And then I have my clown and my creepy pumpkin guy. And inside here, most important thing, my coffee. Here are the lights I've been testing. Isn't coffee great? And here's the setup. Because I have some distance, I don't want to say impossible. It's impossible without doing power injection to get to all the areas I want to get to. So when David Pitts announced he had these differential boards for transmitting and receiving via Cat 5 cable that could go 200, 250 feet, I was like, that's it, I'm getting one of those. And then he came out with some firmware that said, well, guess what? We can run those receiver boards from one of these serial ports. And I'm like, whoa, okay, that's cool. So I have 4 of those. I have another one on the way. So that allows me to run a 4 output little tiny board like you saw in the garage to power 4 different strings. And you put some power with it and you can reach anywhere. Well, before that firmware came out, I bought this guy here thinking, you know what? I could replace my expansion board, so let's say I don't need the extra 16 channels. This will allow me 16 channels, but in 4 different places, 4 each. I thought that's cool. And then when he came out with that firmware, I was like, oh man, I guess I don't need that. Anyone want to buy it? Well, guess what? I ran into a problem because I needed these ports for my Loar controllers. Because I found out if you want to have less stress, put each Loar controller on its own universe, and make each controller ID1. Each universe has its own controller. That controller is ID1. And by doing this, I was able to take care of my singing pumpkin, the Pixels. So I'm using one of these guys in this Cat 5. And by the way, I didn't have to take out anything else. I just removed the power and I just put it over the board on some plastic, because I've heard rumors, and I'm sure they're just rumors, that if you put the bottom of a board on metal, it can cause problems. Yeah, check it out. It's probably true. All right, so let's go see what this did. So when I ran that Cat 5 cable all along here, and I brought it to this enclosure, look at there. That is feeding me 3 lines out with a little 12-volt power supply there. Hey, plants, get out of there. And that feeds up this tube, and that feeds up those 3 wires there, and that takes care of my 264 node singing pumpkin. Pretty cool stuff, right? Alrighty. Then our floodlights, I think I've showed you this before, guys, but this again, this CMB24D board by Loar is will control 6 floods that I have. Set this to ID1, just set the dip switch. Don't play with the software, set the dip switch, ID1, unless you're gonna try to put it in a daisy chain, which for me did not work. It caused me probably 12 hours of heartache trying to figure it out, and I wouldn't let it go. And it wasn't until I put everything on their own universe, it all came together. And this power supply. And I took the other one away. I left these cables long because I don't know what I'm gonna do with this for Christmas, and it's not causing any issues. All of this is running off of this out of one plug, and it has no issue. And I believe it has no issue because I'm running most everything at 30%. So I'm not worried about popping anything. One last thing.